Hi guys and gals and all my non-binary friends. So today I want to talk about something that's kind of a big fucking deal. That was really lame. Alright, I needed that because today we're going to be talking about politics. Our future president, hopefully, Joe Biden. I remember at the beginning of this election cycle, I was begging people, please do not make me vote for Joe Biden, because I knew regardless of who the Democrats put on the ticket, I was going to vote for them, because at least they'll believe in democracy and give everyone a chance to actually vote, you know, unlike Mr. taking away mailboxes.
I mean, them getting rid of the sorting machines at postal facilities and then the mailboxes from your local street corner. This is something they made no announcement about. They made no public announcement that they were going to do this. We had to have it told to us by postal workers and by people who observed the trucks going around picking up the mailboxes. I guess they thought they wouldn't ever have to answer for this stuff.
Mr. attacking the U.S. Postal Service when we need it the most for the first time ever, because now coronavirus is a thing and we need the mail so we can mail in voting. And now you want to fuck with the mail. He hates democracy, guys. Donald Trump hates democracy. Sit with that. Sit with that. You should sit with that. He stole the first election with Russia's help, and now he's trying to steal the election again by literally stealing mailboxes. But anyway.
Child. Anyway, so
he's not even here what we're here to talk about. At the beginning of this election year, I was Elizabeth Warren all the way. She had a plan. She had plans. And, you know, America doesn't really know how to, you know, America really likes abusive boyfriends. Let's just put it out there. It really enjoys these beautiful, abusive, heterosexual, cisgendered white men, and with one half white man in between, right? One. And so even though Elizabeth, unfortunately, she was an amazing, strong, talented, brilliant woman, and you know, we hate them. We hate those kind of people. So she didn't make it, and even though I'm disappointed, I'm gonna put on my big girl panties and I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden, right? So let's talk about Mr. Biden. What can I say? Like I said at the beginning of this election cycle, I was begging people, please don't make me vote for Joe Biden, but here we are. Joe Biden spent most of his campaign cruising on the back of Barack Obama while also like saying, I'm not Trump. And it's like, I need more than you being Barack Obama's best friend and you not being Trump for me to vote for you. Just personally, right? I don't think anyone should feel like they have to settle for the candidate, you know what I'm saying, and their representative. I don't think anyone should feel like they have to settle. But if you don't want to settle, you have to vote. I hate when people tell people, oh, you gotta vote, and without acknowledging the fact that people are literally trying to make it so where it's harder to vote. So I will acknowledge that, but we have to not only fight that, but mobilize to actually vote too. So even though you might feel like you're settling for Biden, even if you are, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, because guess what? In 4 to 8 years, we'll be able to get rid of him. I know that for a fact. Like, I know that if we vote for Joe Biden, in 4 to 8 years, we will be able to get rid of him. Can you say the same thing about Donald Trump? Can you say without a shadow of doubt that even if Donald Trump gets reelected and here comes 2024 and it's time for him to give up his seat in the most powerful house in the world, you really honestly believe he's going to be just ready and willing to give it up?
They have to go for an extra term.
Do you?
We, all together, we ran one time and we're 1-0, but it was for the big one. Now we're going to have a second time. And we're going to have another one. And then we'll drive them crazy. Ready? And maybe if we really like it a lot, and if things keep going like they're going, we'll go and we'll do what we have to do. We'll do a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Watch.
Do you?
Don't forget, John is great, and she is a great gentleman. He's now president for life. President for life. No, he's great. Hey, look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday.
Do you? Do you? Because I don't. I don't. And personally, I'm more comfortable dealing with a centrist Democrat than I am dealing with an authoritarian strongman. Let's just talk about it, right? Let's just talk about it. The primary was going on. I took notes. Y'all, I took notes. Let me see. So this was Booker. Y'all see that? Booker. And then Biden. I got my hand. Sanders. Like, I took notes and I wanted to know what these people's policies were. And I gotta say, again, Joe Biden is one of the people that his policies were just so boring. And it's so funny because people are like, he has the most progressive platform. And that's only because technically we're a little more progressive than we were. But we're still trying to go after conservative white people, even though Democrats haven't won the white vote in what, like, how long? Barack Obama did not win the majority white votes, and yet he was still president for 8 years. So y'all need to stop chasing after these white people and start chasing after these young people and these people of color. That's what needs to happen. But I mean, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But his policies were nothing too exciting. With education, 3 times funding for Title I schools, free pre-K. Awesome, that's nice. Healthcare, public option, premium free access. And again, this is Joe Biden's plan. Like, his literal plan is like, oh, you know, even though healthcare sucks and we all acknowledge that maybe everyone should be on Medicare for all, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna piggyback off of Barack Obama, and I just want to make Obamacare better, even though Obamacare kind of sucks. And the only reason why we really like appreciate it is because it's better than nothing. Girl, no. Climate change, 100% clean energy, eco net zero emissions by 2050, which is very important to me personally, because scientists are saying by the year 2040 that human life will be in danger, which, by the way, it already is. Have you seen California? It is burning. Have you seen the coast? We got 2 storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever the fuck they're called, and we got fires blazing. Like, come on, girl. Climate change is real. Mexico City is sinking. But yeah, and again, when we compare Joe Biden, like, him, like, wanting to do something about climate change versus the other side, like...
There was a significant talk at the summit about climate change. I know in the past you've harbored some skepticism of a science and climate change. What do you think the world should be doing about climate change, and do you still harbor that skepticism?
I feel that the United States has tremendous wealth. The wealth is under its feet. It's tremendous wealth, and LNG is being sought after all over Europe and all over the world, and we have more of it than anybody else. And I'm not going to lose that wealth. I'm not going to lose it on dreams, on windmills, which, frankly, aren't working too well. I'm not going to lose it. So,
what? What did they say about climate change? Okay, yeah. So, come on, guys. It's really not, like, this false equivalency that, like, oh, Joe Biden presidency is just going to be the same thing as a Donald Trump president. Girl, don't do it. Don't do it, because it's not true, and it's bullshit. But American worker, he wants a $15 minimum wage, which is really cool. We need to raise the minimum wage, honestly. We say these people are essential now that the coronavirus has happened, but we don't pay them like they're essential, and we don't treat them like they're essential. And that's motherfucking tea. As you can tell, if you didn't tell by the bong rip I just took, I'm a stoner, and it's very important to me that Not, oh, first of all, I'm an abolitionist. Second of all, I'm a stoner, okay? And so it's very important to me that people recognize that weed and other drugs have been used to criminalize black and brown bodies, even though black and brown bodies ingest weed and other drugs at the same rate as white bodies. And so it's very important to me that people recognize that and not only decriminalize weed, but legalize it to where the people whose lives, who have lost their livelihood and their freedom to this war on drugs can actually profit off of it and, you know, rebuild their lives after the government destroyed it for crimes that are really just like, come on girl, that's not even a crime. Drugs should not be illegal. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Fight me. I don't care. So that's him, like I said, a centrist Democrat. The first time I ever heard about Kamala Harris was like Barack Obama saying like, oh, I made a joke about Kamala Harris being the hottest AG, and people, and that it was really hard when I got home, and like the punchline of that joke is like, oh, Eric Holder was upset because he's like hot or whatever. I don't even know why I'm explaining that joke, but that was like the first time I ever heard about Kamala Harris. I feel like she's become more and more visible in the public eye since Trump, because she's just been really amazing when it comes to these hearings that we've been having.
Have you discussed Mueller or his investigation with anyone at Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, the law firm founded by Mark Kasowitz, President Trump's personal lawyer? Be sure about your answer, sir.
Well, I'm not remembering, but if you have something I'm just trying to think, do I know anyone who works at that firm? I might know.
Have you had, that's not my question. My question is, have you had a conversation with anyone at that firm about that investigation? It's a really specific question.
I would like to know the person you're thinking of, because what if there's
I think you're thinking of someone and you don't want to tell us.
And really, really good at like being social media and being like active on social media. And so white America loves trying to act like they are like, oh, she is just so fierce and strong and we need her as president. But when she actually grabs for power, shut that shit down. We calling her a cop. We making sure all the black people know that she is not for y'all. And it's just like, girl, I wasn't fucking with Kamala Harris because I don't know, she just never excited me. But it had nothing to do with her being a cop. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like all of these people have backgrounds and have done something in their life that I probably wouldn't agree with just because of my politics. Like my politics is so radical that it doesn't, like that's not, girl, she's a cop, okay. Okay. Like fuck the cops, but what do you expect? Politicians are what? Politicians, exactly. So that wasn't the reason why I was interested in Kamala Harris. I just felt like she just didn't speak to me. Like, I just was not, she didn't do anything for me. But I definitely can recognize the misogynoir when it comes to her campaign and how people were trying to attack her. Was I excited that Biden chose her? Couldn't see Elizabeth Warren being the vice presidential nominee, and I feel like a lot of people were saying like, oh, we want a woman of color, we want a woman of color. And so, you know, it just honestly, once he said that he was gonna have a woman VP, I feel like most people were like, yeah, it's probably gonna be Kamala. I don't know if I was one of those people, but I just never, I don't know who I thought he was gonna pick, but it definitely wasn't Elizabeth Warren, and that's who I would be most interested in. Like I said, she got plans. Interesting. I was listening to For Harriet, the brilliant freaking Kimberly Nicole Foster. Oh my God, amazing. And she has like, basically on her Patreon, she has these conversations with her community. They're just so smart. Her community is like just a bunch of brilliant black women. And there was this woman on there and she was talking about how it's interesting that if Kamala Harris does become VP, that the first black vice president and the first black president were both like black people who don't really have ties to American slavery. And I think that's fascinating. Like, that is just so, girl, let's talk about that. Let's dig into that. Why do we think that is? Why do we think that is? T. And she was an immigrant herself. Like, it wasn't like some African American woman saying this. She was like, I'm from Kenya. Like, I'm noticing this. And Kimberly was like, I appreciate you for noticing, because we see it too. And it's nice that y'all see it too. And Kamala, I feel like she's gonna do what she needs to do. Now, is that gonna be enough to get Joe Biden elected? I don't know. But I know she's gonna get her job done. But America's racist and we hate women, so I don't know if having a black woman up there is gonna be enough to like push you through there. But this is the thing about me to Kamala. She wanted to legalize weed, which again, for me, like, yes. My thing is, when I was doing my research originally, I was noticing that they really don't like actually a lot of these people don't actually have like plans. They choose to be very like this is what I want. Now, how are we gonna get there? I don't know. And I feel like I'm not upset about that. Like, I feel like people get more upset when you try to promise something and you go into detail of how you're gonna do it and then you don't do it. So it's not upsetting to me that they're not quite in like super detailed about their plans. But you could be a little more, you know. So in conclusion, if you believe in democracy, vote for Joe Biden. Like, it's really that simple. I know like people are like, oh, but I'm a Republican, and like Joe Biden, I mean, like Trump is like a Republican. And so I feel like it's like, no. He's not just a Republican. He is someone who's trying to destroy our democracy. So as a Republican, if you are a Republican, do you believe our democracy should just be destroyed? I know y'all love like masturbating to the Constitution. So like, y'all cool with like him just like destroying our democracy? That's weird, because I'm the radical. I'm the abolitionist, and I'm not cool with that. So it's just a little weird that y'all are so okay with him. But I wonder why. Anyway, yeah. That's all I have to say. I feel like it's really that simple. Joe Biden might not be my favorite choice, but he's the choice for the moment. He's the best choice for this moment. The early registration is for all the states, and yeah, register to vote, register a friend to vote, get them to register a friend to vote, get your family to vote, and like, let's get out there and get that orange man out of the White House, because he might not leave if we don't do it now. And that's just the truth of it. Like, it's really that simple. Take care of each other, take care of yourself, wash your hands, wash your face, wash your ass, and don't be an asshole.